very young players going to be competing for the finals championship here in Hartford, Connecticut. Rowan, Stavenow starting things off there. We see some great accomplishments there. The world champion in the juniors division in 2015, also was the Canadian national finalist that year. 2019 also had that world top 4 in the seniors division and had a top 8 this year in Charlotte.
Has been doing it a lot this season with Mew VMAX. This time a little updated version, playing the Alessa Sparkle that we haven't seen for a while. It's been hit and miss here and there, but you've seen mostly just the control builds of it. Now go ahead and take a look at Grant Shen, his opponent. Fort Wayne Regionals top 16, Knoxville Regional top 8, OCIC top 8, and San Diego Regional top 4. He has been on a tear this season.
Yeah, mixing it up, playing a little bit of the Dura Demon, and of course, Lugia V-Star as well. Was able to give him some solid championship points. Always been potentially chasing that top 16 race and has a great opportunity to add even more points here now and potentially be crowned a champion, facing off 11-2-2 for both these players. And of course, you add a couple more wins there with top 8 and top 4. What an amazing event for both these players. And now, see if the prize cards have anything to say for how game one's going to look.
Archeops, couple energy. And the Tyranitar in the prize cards for Grant. Double battle VIP pass.
At the bottom, too. I don't want to draw those prize cards.
And a Fusion Strike energy to go along with it, as well as the Roxanne. So a couple of kind of awkward cards for Rowan there in the prize cards.
We will see. Mind blown as we start things off here. Definitely excited to see both these players facing off here in the finals. And we will see if Mew VMAX with Meloetta has what it takes. Fist bump underway here. It looks like we're going to start things off on Grant's side.
It is the finals for Hartford Regionals. Lugia up against Mew. Starting things off, Mezagoza and a Tails.
It's a dangerous card. We know how my opinions on it.
This is a dangerous hand.
Yep, that is not exactly what you're looking for. At least it is Lugia V to start things off, but one Pokemon in play against Rowan is not good. At least missing on that Mezagoza, so all things even there. But how's this hand going to work out?
So usually we see Mew VMAX decks not really be able to attack turn 1 because you don't have access to the Alessa Sparkle, but with Rowan's version here, that's a very likely scenario, and if the cards come together in the right order, this Lugia V just could get knocked out turn 1.
It's like Fusion Strike energy in hand, along with the power tablet. You can just start playing down these cards if you want, but it guarantees you're not going to get the turn 1 knockout if that energy doesn't go on to the Meloetta.
All right, can we find a battle VIP pass for this one card?
He's going to try.
Even Meloetta would be nice.
Any Pokemon here would be great to continue to draw. And nope, we need to
that
see
was
one more card. It was Cramomatic added. There's a Pokemon that maybe would have enjoyed having that energy for a little bit, but it's just going to be the Mew V now.
And at least with the Lost Vacuum, getting rid of the Mezagoza, that does limit Grant's options for next turn. Won't have any Pokemon search for something like Luminion. And, oh, yeah.
Could you imagine an Ultra Ball top deck there? As we see double Archeops there. And the calculated risk here, going to go ahead and read the wind. Understanding the knockout could happen, and we see the choice belt already.
Scary. First Fusion Strike system, boss's orders,
Ultra Ball found. And a Forest Seal Stone!
Wow, okay. Rowan is riding high off of the draws from top 4 and starting this game off exactly how you want to, staring down a lone Lugia V in the active spot.
Going to eye up the Alessa Sparkle potentially here with the Forest Seal Stone. Just checking to see that all of those energies are in the mix. You can draw the cards first, but you always do run the risk of potentially drawing into one of those energies. We did see one of those in the prize cards already.
Here's that second Fusion Strike system. Drawing 5 cards.
So many good cards that could potentially be found here to help out. Even an additional Pokemon would be great. Any switching effect, lovely too.
Which I think he drew switch first card. Has the power tablet. Just needs an energy here for Sealstone. Can find that Fusion Strike energy or the Alessa Sparkle, either way.
Yep.
And
wow.
all right, Rowan is been pretty used to some fast games, I must say, throughout this entire tournament.
Yeah, I don't think he's gone to turn 3 in a minute. This has been ridiculous as we see once more Rowan taking the 3-minute game 1.
If Mew VMAX ever had a chance to win a North American Regionals, it is a pretty crazy way to do it here with Rowan already up a game up against Grant Shen in a matchup which Rowan just beat in top 4.
Well, we've been talking about how great this event has been running as players were very excited to get out of the venue early on that opening day. And of course, we've seen a pretty smooth run so far today. Jeremy, we might get out of here by 6 o'clock. That doesn't happen too often.
Yeah, I could probably take a nap.
This is great. We might make it to dinner.
Well, if anyone's going to have something to say about it, it's going to be Grant Shen. Down a game, didn't really play though, so hoping to have a little bit better draws in this game 2 and potentially game 3.
Yep. Not much to think about on the other side for Rowan. Everything went according to plan. Love to take that early knockout in this matchup. And understandably, both players like when Grant goes first. You can see the aggressive start from Rowan when he gets to play second there. Potentially take those knockouts on Pokemon like Lugia.
Don't tell me. Pumpkaboo start.
Oh no, stop! See the prize cards there.
Nothing
Looks
too
like
bad.
both players can work with this. Double research maybe could be an issue, finding some help, but we are going to get underway here in game number 2, and as you said, it is not exactly the best opener for Grant.
Thankfully, Grant did draw an Ultra Ball, so we'll be able to discard some of the cards in his hand to search for that Lugia V.
And one issue that we see is if you run into that escape rope, you could lose that Lugia pretty quickly. So not only do you need to have the Lugia V here, but an additional Pokemon on the bench would be helpful. 2 rope in the list for Rowan to look out for.
And to be fair, I didn't see much of anything else in Grant's hand. Maybe a gift energy?
Yeah, I was looking for Pokemon, and I think I saw only an evolution. So, but we'll see. It's obviously there's not too much else you can do on this opening turn.
So if you lose to escape rope anyway, do you gift energy the active?
Okay, good. This was the
okay.
Tyranitar there to help out. So can at least avoid that.
Gift energy is going on the active. All right. And there's a Collapse Stadium to hopefully stop some of the draws from Rowan, but I don't know if it's going to help too much.
I mean, this works, but it doesn't feel good.
Looks like an Ultra Ball to start things off for Rowan here. Discards Power Tablet and Double Turbo Energy, which are 2 pretty important pieces for this game.
Maybe spend a little more time shuffling as we see Triple Genesect on the bottom of the deck there. And, I don't think this hand looked too strong, as a couple energies in there in the mix. So we'll see if Rowan's able to thin this down a little more, perhaps. Grant asks for 1 heads before he loses.
Oh, if only Reagan could have the same thing.
Reagan just wants a Lugia, man. He's been trying to get a Lugia for 3 regionals now.
Again, Rowan just checking the prize cards now, see what resources you have available to you. But we'll grab that Genesect V and hopefully get things rolling with that Fusion Strike system.
We'll see how many other cards can get played down here. Looks like the Genesect V and the Energy, potentially that Choice Belt too. So control 2. Ways to search out Pokemon would be great. Not evolutions.
Max, Alessa Sparkle. So awkwardly enough, you can Alessa Sparkle take the knockout, but if you do, that triggers gift energy. That's not what you want to do.
I do not want to do that. Alessa Sparkles, you need to target these cards, and we see that here. The Mew V and the Genesect going to be the recipients of these energies. And yeah, this is not exactly the knockout you want.
Yeah, no.
I think Grant is begging for it over there on the other side. I would really like for you to take that prize card so I can activate that gift energy, but Rowan might be a little too smart for that one.
We do see that third Fusion Strike energy on that Genesect V on the bench. Not the place you usually want to see it, but you got to do what you got to do. Thins a card out of the deck as well. Draws one card. It seems like it's not really helpful this turn right now. Or it's just a 4 Seal Stone.
What?
Wow, okay.
The slow roll?
The body language telling us something different, but this has been an insane turn. Just needs to make sure he grabs that Battle VIP pass instead of one of the Pokemon. There
Maybe it's just guilt at this point. As you look down and you're getting to play a lot of Pokemon while your opponent throws down a pumpkin. And, yep, we see that additional Genesect V there. So more cards to be drawn this turn.
Could you imagine Escape Rope now?
That's what I'm looking for. As it is the 2 of, and we have seen the 4 Seal Stone already used. But, you know, we've seen a lot of good draws here. Why not one more?
Battle VIP pass as well.
Trekking shoes added. This hand is not done yet.
Well, it looks like it's done now.
Maybe we're just content here.
Even starting the Pumpkaboo, unable to bump that path to the peak there and played a stadium. So 2 ways to get rid of that path to the peak gone. Grant just has 2 left on top of just the terrible start.
Yep, with the collapse stadium bumped there, we do have that bench space open. If you do want to use the Battle VIP pass, just going to hold on to that.
And there's that pass to the turn. You don't want to trigger Gift Energy, V-Guard Energy on the Lugia V. The top deck
No.
did not help Grant.
Stop. Just energy pass. Not even going to take a look at what that one card is again. It's not changing. It's pretty sad
Heads
there.
on Cram-O-Matic
What?
for Rowan here.
That is insane. That's just the game.
The fastest finals.
That is it.
Rowan Stavenow just won Hartford Regionals
In 10 minutes.
Insane.
That's right.
Mew taking its first win in North America in 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, I mean, you can't ask for much more than that. It's exactly how you draw things up with this deck. You want to be aggressive and take advantage of some opportunities, and that's going to lock things up there. Or are we still playing now? Look at that.
I guess we're still playing.
Why did we handshake? The mid-game handshake is next level, if that is the case.
Congrats on the heads.
Look at this, we're back.
The fake out. Usually you see that in VGC, but here, just... He's already knocked out.
Let's go. Well, we heard you like Pokemon, so we brought you more action here at the Hartford Regional Championship. We're back in the finals, and we're going to play a little more Pokemon. Why not? And you know what? Of all the cards you could draw but that aren't the Professor's Research, the Gift Energy's kind of clutch here. You can almost guarantee a hand if your opponent wants to keep drawing prizes.
Just imagine the judge on the Lugia V. Oh, no.
I'm glad we didn't have confetti or anything.
Let the balloons fall.
Wow. Yep, that's definitely one way to do things here. So we're going to see the trekking shoes lead to another Chromatic.
Do we see another handshake?
Do not handshake here. Okay, good.
Just needed the judge. Still has 2 Fusion Strike systems to go. Thinning out the hand a little bit. All right. And an Ultra Ball. Okay.
Yep, this is pretty strong here. Doesn't even need anything at this stage.
Rowan needs a judge to win Hartford Regionals again.
the only player to win twice. Next level.
That's padding your resume for sure.
Yep. Well, either way, knocking out this Tyranitar V, although it is not the Lugia, still leads to 2 additional prize cards, a Dark Pokemon out of here. That's what you need when you are playing this Mew VMAX deck. You want to avoid the one-hit knockout, the 3 prize cards losing, and maybe we'll see an additional attacker charged up at some point.
Discards the Mew VMAX off the trekking shoes, finds a nest ball. That's not going to do it. Cramomatic yet again.
Handshake?
This is... Oh, just keep spinning. It's a top.
Well, missing again, but Ultra Ball gets to thin out even further.
Thinning is winning.
There's not much left there. Hopefully enough to take 6 prize cards. That's all we're looking for.
Has another Mew VMAX to evolve that bench Mew V.
No. I just mean that I haven't hit it yet. It's gross.
Just looking for energy to help out here, or you can even potentially find, I don't think we've seen a supporter yet, so Boss's Orders obviously would be really strong here. Take that Lugia and be in a very good spot.
Almost game winning.
I would shake his hand.
All right, nothing found off the Ultra Ball here. Is just going to rely on Fusion Strike system. Can Rowan find Boss's Orders? 5 cards.
There it is.
There it is.
All right.
We might see another
if we
handshake.
see it this time, we almost have to, right?
Well, is there enough? You still need the power tablet, right?
Well, we see, what, 240 that can be reached there. Fusion Strike means that if you had Meloetta, you could, but that's not on the board.
Don't tell me we missed the knockout. All right. We're going to play a little bit longer.
Who's we? I'm on Grant's side now. Come back.
I think you just don't
you
attack, right?
You just pass,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you still need to see what Grant is able to top deck in this spot. You don't want to activate the gift energy, and then you can go for the Boss's Orders next turn with the tablet.
I'm guessing Grant might draw another energy.
It's definitely been a trend at this point.
You can retreat the Mew maybe to the bench Mew. But it would take a lot for Grant to get together and attack and take a knockout. We do see the Boss's Orders. Going to be hard to retreat that without attaching energy and discarding both of them. And we'll see the attack. Mezagoza draw.
Oh, well, he asked for only one more heads here. Could he get it here with the Mizagoza? He's not going to get it. No way. That opens up avenues for Luminion and all these great potential ways
Read
to
the wind.
maybe get back in the game. Read the wind.
You can't even attach the single strike energy to the Lugia V to retreat. Can attach it to the Tyranitar, maybe get an attack off next turn, but you're not even taking a knockout on Mew VMAX.
Can't even line up a knockout. It's just going to be read the wind.
V-Star, Luminion, Burnett, all right.
Those are all great. If this Lugia was able to stick around, it might get knocked out by, I mean, anything at this point. You could charge up your Genesect V here. But yeah, this is going to be the knockout on the Lugia V. No gift energy. That was the V guard, so just stuck with his hand once more. And there's no Lugia. There's nothing going on.
It's almost like this game's over.
Mizagoza.
Oh, Grant got
what
the
he
heads.
wanted, and now we can shake hands for a not win yet.
Yeah, no, it's just...
How many handshakes can we get in here?
It's the new high five.
One more Lugia, please.
There's the Professor's Burnett discarding both Archeops. Now you have those in the discard for next turn.
Do we just have to wait for a match slip at this point?
I think we just have to wait for a match. I'm not going to get that nap in.
It's unlucky. Well, Professor Burnett going to go ahead and get those Archeops into the discard pile. If this Lugia can stick around, maybe Grant plays Pokemon. And that's a good Pokemon to have there, too.
And filling up the bench almost with that Luminion. If you want a supporter, there's that Luminous sign. Grabs the Professor's Research for next turn. And there's a pass.
Well, Rowan has, what, 5, 6 cards left in deck, it looks like. He needs 4 prize cards. He would love to find a way to knock out the Lugia V while not decking out.
Yep, has the power tablet in hand, but I don't think has the second boss's orders. Does have Ultra Ball Lost Vacuum, so you can thin this hand down. I'm very scared that this game might end in a Cragalanche deck out.
Don't say these things, Jeremy.
Ultra Ball discards 4 Sealstone, Nest Ball. There is that Mew VMAX in the deck you can grab, but you also might want to just leave it in there.
Did see the boss's orders in those 6 cards.
You just draw 1 card at a time.
You can go ahead and do this at this stage. We see another power tablet added. Could thin down 2 more cards here.
There's the Lost Vacuum, gets rid of the Mezagoza.
Not going to need a Roxanne in this game, probably not.
2 cards here, Boss's Orders.
Oh, and
No.
this is the spot you're talking about, and you don't really want to walk into Cragalanche. You have 3 cards remaining. At least it's not like a single strike energy on this Tyranitar that could just be the double turbo and knockout. So if you remove the Lugia from play, you're still in a situation where you're not going to get attacked.
Here's the rope. Rowan trying to thin the hand down to where he just has 1 card left in deck. Still has access to Palpad, maybe?
What a nightmare, as Grant understands giving up the V Pokemon in this situation would be so bad. But this is a fantastic attacker.
1 card, I think it was another Power Tablet.
2 cards remaining.
One of them's Boss's Orders.
Is Lugia actually going to be able to come down?
I think so.
You only need 1 Archeops here. No way.
Has the Lugia V-Star Professor's Research in hand.
All right, do you Psychic Leap to put this into the deck and then avoid the deck out?
Oh no. Grant, what are you doing? Lugia V-Star, Summoning Star, both Archeops. Primal Turbo can charge up Cragalanche.
Jeremy!
What did I do?
What is happening?
What's happening is game 3, Kyle. That's what's happening.
We've seen too many handshakes to go to game 3.
What?
Can we get an official count on the deck at this stage? Can we guarantee this? It's a real thing.
This has been the craziest finals we have casted in a while.
We're just going to keep playing.
Listen, Grant hasn't been able to draw a lot of cards this game.
No, I completely understand. Yeah,
possible.
muscle memory's just taken over from this point. So let's just throw around cards.
Oh, no. Unless Grant goes for the knockout?
Please don't.
No.
Grant. Okay. You know what? I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Double turbo on that Lugia V-Star.
Rowan has
along with the V-Guard.
Not hinted at anything at this stage.
Hey, if your opponent doesn't see it.
So when you have your deck spread out like that and you show 2 cards.
Oh, now he's just saying it.
Showing him it. What is happening?
We're going to a game 3, everyone.
He just said, hey, you win. I don't even think he saw it.
He's like, stop wasting time. Come on. Wow. I'm speechless.
And they didn't even handshake.
They did a couple of those in the game. It's fine.
We're going to game 3.
Hey, that was the craziest game.
I don't have words, and words are my job. This is unreal. I'm so excited to see what's going to happen in game 3. No one knows what's going to happen in game 3.
Do we even have to talk?
No, I
could just watch it.
I want to go into the crowd. They're having a great time. This is unreal. Everyone watching at home, this is top tier.
Part of me thinks that the top card was not even the boss's orders, it was on the bottom. So if Rowan tried to go for it, it still would end in the same way. No access to Palpad, it was already discarded.
24 minutes ago, I didn't know my life was going to change. And here we are. We're going into Game 3, and we have an opportunity to see fireworks once more as Fusion Strike Mew up against this Lugia Archeops.
Both these players are leaving their heart in Hartford.
Oh my gosh. No more mid-game handshakes. Please. Please.
We just keep zooming in and out.
Well, that is not the ideal hand. We're going to see a mulligan there for Grant. Rowan with the additional card there. Going to give us those prize cards early on, and we can work with that. Not too
A lot
tough.
of supporters in the prize cards, though. Roxanne, Alessa's, and Avas's orders. That means the count is going to be thin.
Sometimes we see Fusion Strike's list of old like to go second, as they like to get aggressive and take that opening knockout. Yeah, I am curious what Rowan thinks about that in this situation. Of course, when you get 2 turns, then you have that opportunity to maybe attach that energy and then also work in combination that boss's orders. So going first here also seems pretty great.
Yeah, going first against Lugia is also what you want to do, just because it's an extra turn. And wow, the 7th card was the Lugia V for Grant.
Yep, that almost was scary once more, but we are in for absolute fireworks here in game number 3. 2 earn of Vitality. Let's get things underway, Jeremy.
Could come up big, but one of them is down at the bottom. And it looks like Rowan is starting things off here. Game 3 in the finals. And just trekking shoes into Battle VIP Pass. No big deal.
That is how we draw things up. Yep, hasn't been that easy for Rowan. He's had to throw down a lot of cards and usually Fusion Strike with, what, like 1 or 2 cards in hand and hope to get there. Battle VIP Pass cleans that up very easily, and the only thing you're really looking for is at least that 1 energy on a Mew or the Meloetta. I can guarantee that you have a fearsome attack lined up for that Lugia.
Does grab the Meloetta and Genesect V off the Battle VIP Pass. Going through to check through the cards that are prized. We'll notice over half the supporters in the prize cards.
Who needs them? I guess we did with the boss's orders at the bottom of the deck game too, but yeah. We will see here. What else Rowan has going on? Trying to lock up that tip-top shape opener.
Listen, last game just shows that you always have to play to your outs. And Grant was doing just that.
Sometimes Rowan will play to your outs and show you Cracklanch.
Second Genesect V and a Mew V on the bench to join the others.
A lot of switching effects in hand.
Double rope.
Is that all the
That's
switching
all
effects
the switching
in hand?
effects.
Ooh.
Oh, Grant, you got to move your Pokemon.
Wow, and that leads to the Force Sealstone added to the hand now. So in Heavy Ball, we'll see the Genesect there.
Easy grab.
The one thing that we're missing right now is the energy. That'd be a nice find. And I think we're asking for no shortcuts anymore.
Oh, the double rope. Okay.
Yeah. we've already been confused enough, Rowan.
Dude, why are you so good?
Yeah, we didn't even flip for attacking. Fusion Strike system does find a double turbo along with that Cramomatic. Cramomatic discards Lost Vacuum. And the heads, wow. The dice have been very favorable.
Do not put your hand down, young man. And that is a Fusion Strike energy, understandably so. You got to add that onto the board now. Lines up for that Alessa Sparkle on the following turn. Should have just one of those remaining.
And I like attaching it to the Meloetta here just to get around that V-Guard energy.
Good spot there. As we see that added, you can always hold on to the use of that Forest Sealstone too. Going to play 2 of those down. Say, I had a really good turn. What can you do?
Well, 2 Lugia V to start things off.
I think we're going to play Pokemon, Jeremy.
We might actually get to play Pokemon this game 3. Who would have thought? Professor Burnett discarding double Archeops here. Grant has double Lugia V in hand. Not sure much else after that, and the V-Star, though.
Yeah, Rowan confirming 2 Lugia in hand. This is going to be a real game.
Oh, there's a Luminion in as well. I guess the one bad thing is having to
Those don't
start
go to
the
your hand.
Tyranitar. Yeah, that card's terrible.
Do have the V-Guard energy you can play down onto that Tyranitar. Maybe lead to an earlier attack with this Pokemon at some points, and Luminion searching out that supporter. Gonna have everything ready for turn 2, and then it's really gonna be up to Rowan to apply some pressure. At this point, when you see 2 Lugia, do you just change the game plan and start to target directly at that Tyranitar V?
Yeah, step 1, get that Dark Attacker off the board. And it's going to be a little bit easier, at least with Rowan's list, having access to that Melodious Echo. And we know the Lesser Sparkle's in hand, right?
I mean, I don't know that. I don't know anything anymore. I know one's in the prize cards.
Well, I guess it's not in hand, but it can be.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Forest Sealstone says to do whatever you want. Double Tablet also in the hand there, so getting the adequate numbers to knock out this Pokemon should be easy enough. And that is the last switching effect.
Brings up the Mew V for the free retreat. Gets the card out of hand. Double Turbo Energy found. And the Deoxys, that's not what you want here. But you get an Ultra Ball it away.
There you go. We don't need those. Moving on.
Fails the search from the Ultra Ball, but it did what you wanted. Got cards out of your hand to
Rowan,
try to draw into more Fusion Strike stuff.
Yep, Rowan wisely trying to avoid having 2 VMAX Pokemon down at the same time. Don't want to just give Grant 2 knockouts lined
Wow.
up for the win.
He found the Fusion Strike energy.
Well, that's a good card. And at the very top there, Melissa Sparkle waiting for you there. And we're going to see those additional energies ready to go.
Were these the fireworks you were talking about?
Yeah.
The sparkles?
The Sparkle.
And with that, all 4 Fusion Strike energy are going to be in play. That means you can even attack with another Mew VMAX if you want, but like you said, he's been avoiding getting that second one into play.
Yep, likely means that we will see the Meloetta itself moving into the active spot here, taking this big knockout on this Dark Pokemon. And Rowan taking those 2 prize cards to start things off here in Game 3. Grant, he's going to play a Pokemon. He's got a turn lined up.
Lugia V-Star in the active. Summoning Star, Archeops, they're showing up for Game 3 here. Going to Primal Turbo before Professor's Research because you don't want to draw into the energy you want to search. And since it's a Meloetta in the active, you will have the knockout with Tempest Dive.
We see there with that gift energy as well. Just
Okay, hear me out.
oh, where are we going now, Jeremy?
Grant did draw Serena.
Okay.
To use Serena the Mew V.
Ooh.
Take the knockout, get rid of both Fusion Strike energy in play, but you leave the Meloetta.
Could be a solid play, of course, avoiding something that could be developed into a major threat, especially after a knockout like the Meloetta. You would then like to have 2 VMAX Pokemon to attack with, so could have seen that, but instead just going to go ahead and draw all these additional cards here with the research.
Does have another Lugia V-Star, gets that evolved on the bench. Does have access to Collapse Stadium here.
And if Grant is able to find the right attackers in this situation, with the Evital and the Tyranitar eventually, you could line up knockouts on the Mew V and the Mew V Max. You just have to find them in the right order and hopefully dodge the boss's orders from Rowan. And you could see the prize map get to a 6 pretty simply there.
We're going to see a pretty great turn here. Ultra Ball for the Evital, play it down, play Collapse, get rid of Luminion V. And from there, I think he has what you just said. Tyranitar V in hand as well.
Yeah, really smart here from Grant, trying to assist this position, which is pretty tricky to work out of, as Rowan had one of the best starts that you can.
Grant's hand's actually pretty stellar for the position. It's that Tyranitar V and boss's orders. All you really need.
Ooh, and the
And
urn was
urn,
found
wow.
there too.
Well, Rowan draws 4 turn here. Trekking shoes in hand to go along with a bunch of stuff. Power tablet, lost vacuum, has the double turbo for that Mew VMAX. Taking a look at the resources that Grant has played so far, which actually isn't that much. That's the power of Burnett into research.
Yep, it doesn't look great as your opening supporter, but when you do have double Lugia to back things up, turns into a pretty solid turn 2. And now at this point, Rowan's going to try to continue to put pressure on. Would love to take a V knockout at this stage and be down to 2 prize cards, then just reliant on that boss's orders. But this is a lot of hit points in the active position here. The V-Guard energy also assisting too, so how do you work in a knockout at this stage?
Going to start things off. Trekking Shoes discards that Battle VIP pass to draw a Battle VIP pass. How you draw it up? Lost Vacuum can get rid of that Collapse Stadium. This is going to be an awkward turn to navigate for Rowan here.
Yeah, so clutch of Grant to remove that Luminion with the Collapse Stadium. It's one of the lower hit point Pokemon there with 2 prize cards. It's just going to be these 280 hit points on the Lugia V-Star that you have to work through, and that usually can happen one time with all the power tablets and other amplifiers that you can find there, and afterwards, how do you get through the second one?
Well, here we do see the boss's orders brings up an Archeops.
Yep, and this is another route that you can go down. It's a way that you can try to avoid the energies finding the knockout at this stage. Single strike energies for that Evital and eventual Tyranitar are going to be the real issue for Rowan. He doesn't mind being attacked by Tempest Dive.
There's that Lost Vacuum getting rid of Collapse Stadium. First Fusion Strike system for Rowan to draw 1 card. Another boss's orders. And has really been holding on to these power tablets. And finds the Roxanne from the prizes.
This might be a situation where that comes in clutch because Grant could potentially be taking a few prize cards. Although we do see the promotion of the Lugia V-Star, which means that this might be a boss's orders turn, and yeah,
yep.
Sure enough, it is in the hand. So, wow, that is pretty great. Grant's gonna go ahead and use that 1 Primal Turbo that he's got available, try to charge up this Tyranitar so that it has an opportunity to maybe knock out a Mew VMAX in the future.
What? You need not that.
Wonder if Grant is considering another single strike energy, or instead of that V-Guard, looks like the double turbo now, and then he's just going to hope to find the 1 single strike energy later on.
So with the way Rowan has played this, if you do boss's orders up the other Archeops, that means even with the double turbo energy, you still can find just a single strike energy off the top of the deck to take a knockout. The V-Guard energy means more power tablets for Rowan, but is opting with the gift energy here.
The gift energy is interesting because that means if Rowan decides to target down the Tyranitar instead, you then can draw up the hand, maybe find the Urn of Vitality, and then get these energies onto the Evital at some point, and then use that as the closeout Pokemon, attacking with 3 of these single strike energies.
I feel like it needed to be a double turbo there because now Rowan can just target down the Archeops, and there's no way to charge up a Dark Attacker. It's going to be forced to rely on a boss's orders to bring up something like a Genesect to take the knockout.
I mean, you start to wonder about the counts at this stage. That would be double boss's orders played. You'd also have to see the Pal Pad eventually if you want to target another Pokemon that isn't this V-guarded Lugia. And Grant, yeah, he's going to target down. This has been the game plan. Just get to 3 prize cards, and then maybe you can knock out that Mew VMAX with a dark Pokemon. Here we go.
Rowan draws for a turn here. In a pretty back and forth game 3 compared to the other 2 games that we've had.
tons of damage amplifiers here. Double power tablet.
Rowan has access to Roxanne now.
There also is the option to use the Ultra Ball, go find the other Mew VMAX, and then you can use that Pokemon as the attacker. You avoid the -20 reduction of the double turbo energy, if that helps in the math.
Basically doing 240, still needs 2 damage modifiers to take the knockout on the active Lugia. Rowan's eyeing down an Ultra Ball here, discards Nest Ball and Penny.
Yeah, what a wild game. We have an opportunity to see if the boss orders does go for that Tyranitar V, then drawing up with the gift energy. If the single strike energy is found in those 3 cards, or the top card of the deck for the draw for the turn, this would be an insane closeout. Instead, it's going to be target that Archeops, as you were talking about with that double turbo play.
Wow, another power tablet found. And there is the knockout with Mew. Lugia V-Star Grant needs a gust effect here. But is there any left? I know Serena and Boss are in the discard. Let's play one more Boss, but could already be in the discard. Nest Ball. Do you see Boss's orders, Kyle?
Not yet. Of course, if there is potential to search out Pokemon like Luminion, then...
Oh, there's a Boss's orders and Luminion. Granted, still will need another prize after the fact. Has 3.
It's going to fail that Nest Ball there. Has the Ultra Ball. Go ahead and search out that Luminion. Find the supporter of choice. Maybe go for some disruption or go for some prize cards if you want. But I think the disruption factor could be pretty solid.
Because now you just have to hope Rowan doesn't have the Boss. Or the power tablet.
These hand signals. No one knows what's happening. Rowan said, oh, you attacked? Okay. And
4
we see all the power tablets here.
Rowan has all the power in the world. Cramomatic heads to finish thing off. Mew VMAX retreat, taking the knockout. Rowan Stavenow is your Hartford regional champion. Mew VMAX finally wins a North American Regionals.
Wow. Deja vu.
I feel like we've been here before.
Very, very well played. It was great to see the back and forth between these players. Had a great time playing through this match, and it was definitely one that I'm going to remember for a long time.
Yeah, there's no forgetting that match at all. Just crazy amount of